Alright, like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. It's Netflix time. This movie's called Skylines. When a mysterious alien virus begins to endanger humanity, an elite team of soldiers launches into space to end the threat for good. So it's an action-adventure sci-fi movie that came out last year. It's an hour and 53 minutes long. Spoiler alert, let's get it. Oh shit, that's Lindsay Morgan, yo. My girl Raven from The 100, which I've seen all 7 seasons on Netflix. You better check that shit out. Alright, so in this, she's like half human, half alien. 5 years ago, she hesitated on trying to destroy this global core thing, but she thought she successfully did it at the cost of multiple lives, but still ended up saving the planet. 5 years later, the police are looking for her, but she's somewhere in hiding. She was actually hiding in the village with Grant and these other niggas, but she somehow escaped it. As you can see the world as it is now, all this craziness. She goes to see this doctor because she has to inject certain types of blood in her. It's to keep her from aging because she ages at a rapid pace. The police find her, she kicks a little bit of ass, but eventually she gets caught. They needed to bring her in to fulfill a mission. The general explains the core that she blasted on was not completely destroyed, and he needs her to retrieve it before the other aliens can wipe out a whole colony and shit. So reluctantly, she accepts the mission, with a group of 5 helping her. They take her to a room to see her brother. Like I said, random ass aliens. They bond for a little bit. She talks about how they're eventually going to find her dad. I think he's been missing the entire 5 years. I mean, I don't even know if he's dead or not. We get a flashback of her and her dad. Rose and Leon start bonding, sort of. This guy Owens gets them prepared for the mission. They go over their plan, which is half-assed at best. And then they head out in this big-ass spaceship. Meanwhile, Grant and these niggas chilling and shit. Look at the doctor all G'd up ready for combat and shit. Back on the ship, Rose is injecting herself with more blood. He starts talking about high school, talks about his sister. He said his sister enlisted in the army or whatever like that. And it turns out 5 years ago, his sister died doing a mission. What she doesn't know is the ships that she destroyed to save the Earth 5 years ago had his sister on it. So anyway, they're flying through this asteroid field, and I tried to figure out what's this deal with their eyes. It's like when their eyes are red, they feel normal. When their eyes are blue, something takes control over them or something like that. Honestly, I have no clue how to even explain it. Well, anyway, they hit an asteroid. They're about to crash into the planet. Look at this. I swear to you, this is like the slowest fucking crash ever. And then like the thing's supposed to look like a wreck. It's like, really? Now, I take it the impact was supposed to be serious, but from us looking at it from the TV screen, it looks slow as fuck. Well, anyway, back on Earth, the nurse is taking care of some of the patients. So apparently some humans were turned into aliens or something like that, and she's creating cures and blood samples and all this other stuff. Like I said, I don't really know how to explain it. You just gotta see it for yourself. Well, anyway, our heroes are geared up and ready to go on the planet. They get stuck in a trench and they keep hearing noises. Trent senses something and he's gonna go investigate. Rose is like, come on, you gotta stick together, man. But something surprises them. They bust off and then they kill up this thing. It's like some camouflage type of alien or something. Okay, there's a better look for you. Yeah. They're like some type of shadow aliens, but they're scared to go towards the light because I guess they can't see. So they mostly stand in the light and fight these guys off. But then it starts getting dark and be like, oh shit, they gotta start busting off again. But then throughout the battle, Alexa gets cut the fuck up. She tells everybody else to continue on with the mission like, I got one leg, I'm done deal out here in the streets. Reluctantly, they leave. She got a bomb in her hand, you already know what's coming. She blows herself up and detonates the whole fucking area. Which honestly was not all that spectacular, but effective nonetheless. My man's gonna be pissed off, he gonna be fucking niggas up. Well anyway, some more random ass drama happens. Back on Earth, these other monsters are going out of control. Yeah, little Susie, get the guns. But in the process, Grant gets murked, he's fucking done deal. In the cavern, Rose finds some artifacts indicating that some of these people here were human. Which goes along with the old narrative of humans turning into aliens and whatnot. But then a whole bunch of those shadow niggas come and then they completely surround it. What are our heroes gonna do now? Somehow they found the area to reprogram or re-trigger something. And our peoples get away in some type of cave or something. As they're going through the cave, they find the global core. So obviously Rose is the only one with the power to absorb it or something like that. But when she gets close enough to it, it ends up taking over her and she turns on the crew. Somewhat, but not really. She was really just trying to keep the crew back. So she can fight off this evil motherfucker. His tentacles tapping into her brain. Just like on the poster, right? And then she gets these random powers. She gets the global core and tries to escape. But as they're trying to escape, Owens turns on the crew and stabs Trent. What the fuck? It's a double cross. And and Leon knew about it. Owens gets away with the core. It was all according to the Colonel's plan. Now, Leon knew about the plan, but he still stayed to fight with Rose, you know what I'm saying? Because he thought it was wrong, and he's like, I'm not leaving nobody behind. She's not really pissed off at the double cross, she's more so pissed off that Owens stabbed Trent. Meanwhile, back home, they still fighting aliens, and then they get surrounded. We like, oh no. But then this half alien, half human motherfucker comes through and wrecks shop for them, giving the rest of the aliens the business. They get to some of the tents and strap up with the guns. Meanwhile, these niggas trapped in the cave, they're like, man, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Somehow the shadow dudes get in and it's like, oh, some deep shit. But then somehow Rose comes through and powers up this big whatever the heck this thing is. She's inside it, I'm thinking to myself, like, where the fuck did she get this thing from? Yeah, I seriously have no clue. She somehow pulls Leon into it though. The Colonel congratulates Owen on bringing the core. Owen asks like, what about the others? He's like, fuck it, exterminate all these niggas. You ruthless son of a bitch. He heals up Owen's wounds, but he knows something's up. He's like, man, that shit ain't feeling right. Meanwhile, this nigga about to drop a bomb and leave you all these niggas. Rose and Leon like, oh no, fuck no, we jumping on this goddamn ship before they tip off. And I guess with the power of her new machine or something, she's able to cling on to the ship. Meanwhile, as he was checking Owen's wounds, he realized there's some military blood on him. Yeah, he caught on to you, nigga. And then we get the beef. It was a back and forth battle, but then he kicks his goofy ass out of there and locks him out. Nigga, you ain't doing nothing, was hood. Middle finger, bitch. And now they back on the ship ready for beef. With the colonel, he got a gun pointed at him. But she can't do nothing right now because she used up a lot of blood maintaining that alien creature she was riding in. But then Trip pops out of nowhere and smacks the gun out of his hand. Yeah, Leon, give him the business. But then Owens comes back like, no, you about to get this business. Somehow the colonel gets control back. But somehow this motherfucker made it onto the ship and rips the colonel in half, done deal dead. Now it's time for the real final beef. In between all this, he found a way to inject her with the blood or whatever. Somehow he did it in between the fight. Don't ask me how. She got her lightning powers back and all that. The thing tried to zap her brains again, but she ended up piercing the fuck out of it. Don't ask me how this random vortex appeared, but apparently if you get sucked into it, you get disintegrated. Which is what happened to Owens. Everybody was hanging on for dear life, including this motherfucker who's still alive. Then Trent makes the ultimate sacrifice, killing him and the monster. Somehow she had enough power to blast away the vortex. She saved half his body, but he's pretty much fucked up. How he's still alive, I have no idea. The threat's over and they say, but what about them niggas? No, it's a whole horde of these motherfuckers. Thinking to yourself like, yeah, they about to be dead as shit. But then Rosa comes through with the ship and starts disintegrating all these niggas. They all get lifted into the sky, maximum death. And then everything's all hunky-dory and shit. Couple weeks later, Trent's back and now he's got a new body. So they hacked the colonel's personal files of prison, or people he kept in prison or whatever like that. Turns out her father's there. So then they set a course out to rescue him. And that's the end of the movie. My conclusion to all this, you battling with humans and aliens, with laser beams and guns, and it's got Raven from the 100 on it. There you go. Skylines on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Slick, DZ, all DZ, Mr. Big. Could have goddamn slogan.